Well, in some news just coming in, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who is on his 8th visit to the Middle East, is speaking and briefing the media with the Qatari Prime Minister in Doha for talks on a potential UN-backed ceasefire deal. Let's listen in.
A more prosperous region. Over the course of what's now my 8th visit to the region since October 7th, everyone that I've engaged with has made clear that this is the path they want to pursue. Now, I can't speak for Hamas or answer for Hamas, and ultimately, it may not be the path that Hamas wants to pursue. But Hamas cannot and will not be allowed to decide the future for this region and its people.
نفتح الآن المجال للأسئلة. السؤال الأول من قناة الجزيرة العربية عدنان بورين. عدنان بورين قناة الجزيرة. لدي سؤالان. الأول لك معالي الوزير رئيس الوزراء بخصوص دراسة رد حركة حماس على المقترح. هل نتحدث عن مساحة أخذ ورد المسؤولية
and take and give with the officials of Hamas, with the mediator, or the comment on the amendments will be for the Israeli to respond? And the other question for Secretary Blinken, which is about your eight visits to the region. We're talking about 8 visits so far. During those visits, you and other American officials, you have met with the families of the Israeli hostages. Were there any attempts to meet with the families of the wounded or those who died of the Palestinians, or those who were wounded on the hands of the settlers, or even in Gaza? For example, in Doha here, there are 2,000 of the Palestinian patients or wounded who came here for treatment. Thank you very much. Concerning your question, yesterday we have received the response, and as we have said in the statement, now we are studying the response, and of course there will be give and take with the Hamas, or negotiation with them in order, or with the Israelis, in order to bridge the gap between the both positions. Of course, those are not new efforts or not a new dynamic for the negotiation. Usually there is a space for negotiation, because after all it's negotiation to reach an agreement, a deal. There is no absolute response, yes or no. So we wish that this time of negotiation will be the shortest. We wanted to have more momentum and movement. However, unfortunately, we have faced so many challenges. As we have said, we are committed. We want to present a proposal so that we bring both parties closer. Thank you.
For the question. And the short answer is yes. I've had the opportunity to meet with Palestinians who suffered from the conflict in Gaza. When I was in Jordan, I believe it was on my last trip to the region, it may have been the one before that, I met with a remarkable group of women who had managed to leave Gaza to get out, are now in Jordan, but have left family members behind, have lost family members, and I heard directly from them everything that they'd experienced and everything that their family members who remain in Gaza continue to experience. In the United States, I've met with Palestinian Americans who have family in Gaza, including family members who've been killed or terribly injured over the course of these 8 months. I carry with me a little pamphlet that one of these individuals gave me, with pictures of his family members, including a little 1-year-old boy who was killed in Gaza. And I have to tell you that their stories, their suffering, that motivates me, just as the suffering of the hostages and the suffering of those who were slaughtered on October 7th motivates me to do everything possible to bring this conflict to an end and to put us on a path to durable peace and security, because at the end of the day, this is exactly about what you've suggested. It's about the men, the women, the children, whether they're in Gaza, whether they're in Israel, and we have to be looking out for them. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. The biggest poison in our common well that we all have to drink from is dehumanization, the inability to see the humanity in someone else. And when that happens, when hearts get hardened, it's very hard to do anything. It's very easy to justify anything. So we have to push beyond that, and the most important way to do that is to always have in mind what...
All right, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken there speaking to the press in Doha. This is his 8th visit to the region, and Blinken saying that Hamas has proposed numerous changes on the deal, the ceasefire deal, and we've discussed them with leaders and the negotiators. He also added that Hamas could have answered with a single word yes, but there are proposals for changes. But what the world wants is an immediate ceasefire to ensure peace in the region, particularly peace in the Gaza Strip.
Do you think the deal is essentially...
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.